Let's talk to Hamish to Bretton Gordon, former British Army colonel, see what he makes of things going on in points east, Ukraine specifically. Hamish, very good morning to you.
Hi, good morning, Mike.
Good to talk to you. Where are we at the moment? Because we seem to be in a sort of slight holding pattern where nothing much is really happening. The war goes on, people are still being killed, conversations are being had, but there's not much progress being made.
You're absolutely right. I mean, I think it's very important to point out that, even overnight, lots of people are being attacked across Ukraine. And as you've said earlier on, Steve Witkoff, who is Donald Trump's envoy, who's running negotiations in Riyadh at the moment in Saudi Arabia, when you see what he said, and I don't want to go over what you've just been speaking with Harry about, but it's easy to mistake that he might well be Putin's envoy and not Trump's. We're expecting the Americans to be honest brokers here. Yeah. But at the moment, they seem to be, or certainly Witkoff, is really playing into Trump's hands. And I think the key thing that we all recognise here is that President Putin thinks he's winning. He doesn't see any reason to go for a ceasefire. He's always said that he wants to reintegrate Ukraine back into Russia, which Steve Witkoff seems to agree with. And he thinks he's making steady progress. And now that there is confusion, and as you said, the plan that Starmer and Macron are bringing together, lots of people, are criticising, not giving it the sort of chance to get going. So, things seem to be stagnant at the moment. But, if I was Zelenskiy and Ukrainians, I'd be pretty concerned that maybe they're about to be sold down the river. And the only way that that's going to be stopped is if a determined Europe provides some military heft to police a ceasefire. But as you absolutely rightly say, at the moment, there is no sniff of a ceasefire and no chance that the guns are going to stop anytime soon.
I mean, Donald Trump said a few days ago that if there was no kind of peace deal emerging, that he would sort of turn the screw, if you like, on Moscow and try and do something economically to them. Is that still on the table, do you think?
Well, let's hope so. I mean, I also hope still on the table is the American military might being put behind Ukraine, which, again, he said a few times over the last few weeks as a way to get this moving forward and resolve it. It's difficult to imagine what more, certainly on the financial side, that the Americans can do to strangle the Russians. Of course, one of the key things we're talking about at the moment is stopping attacking infrastructure and the power grids in both countries, but it's the Russian hydrocarbon industry that is providing all the money and the resources for Putin to keep fighting. And it's that the Ukrainians have been very successful at attacking at the moment. So you would have thought the only person who really would want to stop attacks on infrastructure and power is Putin more than the Ukrainians. So at the moment, everything, as you say, is pretty stagnant. And it's not very hopeful as we go well into the third year of this war. And let's not forget, it was started when Russia invaded on the 24th of February 2022.
Indeed. Good to talk to you, Hamish to Bretton Gordon. Thank you very much indeed. Former British Army colonel there.